Warsaw's story is a story of survival and rebirth, like a phoenix from the ashes. The city was under foreign rule for much of its history and was literally burned to the ground by the end of the Second World War. This sad history is seen at every turn, at every monument, in all of its museums. But like a true phoenix, it rises. Warsaw teaches us that in order to look ahead, we must keep the lessons of the past in our hearts and mind. We begin our exploration of Warsaw here in the Barbican, or the wall that once protected the city. The Barbican was originally built in the 16th century to keep invaders out. During the Second World War, the entire wall was almost completely destroyed. The Barbican was rebuilt after the war and now houses a museum and is generally a good place for locals to hang out. We venture inside the walls of the Barbican into the Old Town, the true heart of Warsaw. The Old Town was also completely destroyed during the Second World War, but with the help of old paintings and photographs as blueprint, the Old Town was rebuilt. The royal castle adjacent to the Old Town served as the seat of power for Polish kings for many centuries, and was one of the buildings destroyed during the war. Before this happened, however, its staff managed to save thousands of its treasures. Now, the royal castle is a museum and Warsaw's most protected monument. In front of the castle is King Sigismund's column, another structure that was completely destroyed and rebuilt after the war. The Sirena, just a few steps from the column, is one of very few who managed to survive the war undamaged. We continue our way through the city's most picturesque boulevard, and from here we can see two of the city's most beautiful churches. The Carmelite Church, with a stunning neoclassical facade originally created in the 18th century, and where Chopin was first invited to perform a recital on the church's organ. And St. Anne's Church, another structure that went through several cycles of destruction and construction. When you visit, remember to take the 147 steps up the viewing tower to enjoy sweeping views of the city. We continue our stroll along the boulevard and soon we will find the Presidential Palace, the official home of the Polish president and his family. Further south of the boulevard is the monument of revolutionary Polish mathematician and astronomer Nicholas Copernicus. Copernicus was one of the first to propose that the Earth revolved around the Sun and not the other way around. Just a few steps from the Copernicus Monument is the Holy Cross Church, admired for its Baroque design and also by the fact that it is a memorial for another of Poland's famous sons, composer and pianist Frédéric Chopin. The great musician requested that when he dies, his heart be returned to the city of his birth. Another important landmark is the Warsaw Uprising Monument, built to commemorate one of the bravest chapters of the city's history. We venture outside of the Old Town to visit the POLIN Museum of the History of Polish Jews. The museum honors 1,000 years of Jewish history in Poland. It was built to educate people about Jewish faith and culture. A short bus ride south of the city center, we reach Wilanow Palace, truly one of Warsaw's greatest treasures. As the palace remained virtually unharmed during the Second World War, the original structure and interior decor serve as a testament to Poland's magnificent past. Night has fallen by the time we reach the city center, and we head to our final stop. The Palace of Culture and Science could be the most controversial icon of the city. It was presented to the Polish people as a gift from Stalin in the 1950s, and it has become a reminder of Warsaw's days of communist rule. There is so much to love about Warsaw. Walking along the cobbled streets of this wonderful little city imparts a message of resilience and hope. Wonderfully preserved and restored cultural treasures at every turn give us a glimpse of how the city once was. Combined with modern structures, lush greeneries, and fantastic cuisine, a stop in this heart of Europe is something you would not want to miss.